2019 marks our 10th year here on YouTube. And if you've been watching us for that long, first, God bless you, you may have noticed that there's some franchises that are really the lifeblood for us here at the Brotherhood of Gaming. Franchises like the Tales of series, Tomb Raider, and of course Castlevania. But there is another one, and that's Mega Man. Capcom's Mega Man character has been a staple for us here at the Brotherhood of Gaming. Back in our old Let's Play days, we did an entire month dedicated to him, which was our way of keeping the dream alive after Capcom tried to bury him 6 feet under. We did a retrospective episode on the classic Mega Man X games, suffered through Mighty No. 9, and rejoiced at his inclusion in Smash 4 and the recent release of Mega Man 11. But here's the thing, and I didn't realize it until I got a Mega Man 2 plug-and play game for Christmas, and that is, despite the presence of Mega Man on this channel, I personally have never played the first Mega Man game all the way through. Now, I have watched Will do a no damage run and sat by him to do a full commentary on it, but I have never myself played and experienced this whole game all the way through to the end. Well, I damn sure ain't getting any younger, so the time has come for me to dive right on in and give you my thoughts on the very first Mega Man. Now, thanks to a recent sale at my local GameStop where they were doing this buy two, get one free, I was able to get me a copy of the Mega Man Legacy Collection. I know it says Collection 2, but they put the wrong game in the wrong box, and they didn't have a box for the original one, so whatever. And another thing before I start, in case you're wondering why I'm not playing the original classic NES cartridge on a Nintendo, it's because I don't own that game and I don't feel like paying upwards to $70 to get a copy, so I'll be using this one. And if you still have a problem with that, well, feel free to leave an angry comment that I won't be reading anyway. Here we go. So as far as the story goes, well, I'm sure most of you already know it, but I'll go ahead and recite it anyway. In the future, there are robots that assist mankind, and they were developed by Dr. Light, with the help of his assistant, Dr. Wily. However, suddenly 6 robot masters go evil and start attacking the city, and they all do it under the control of Dr. Wily, who has turned on Dr. Light in order to rule the world.
Of course!
A loyal robot to Dr. Light named Rock volunteers to be refitted into Mega Man, and journeys onward to stop Dr. Wily's evil plans. Now, of course, this is just a very basic retelling of the plot. Later on, we would get a lot more details of the story through future games, comic books, and even a fan-made film. Remember that? So, with all that out of the way, let's get on to the meat of this sandwich. Mega Man, in every sense of the words, are a basic run and gun. You run along the screen, usually left to right, and blast enemies with your Mega Buster. I love saying that. Mega Buster. You fire these little bright beams that, admittedly, do look like lemons. Most enemies can be taken out with one hit, but some others do take a few more shots in order to be taken down. Like these stupid big eyes. God, these things are annoying. Ow. Oh, let's not forget the enemies that have shields that keep them protected. But this game is not strictly left to right. There are many vertical levels that require going up and down ladders. As far as other maneuvers go, well, that's about it. Remember, this was the first game, so Mega Man was pretty limited in his first outing. He can run, jump, and shoot. There you have it. Now, as you blast away enemies, you can also get these health drops, and trust me, you will need them. Mega Man's health is shown on the top left hand of the screen. Now, fortunately for the little tyke, he can tank quite a bit of abuse. Mega Man is not the most fleet of foot, so he will be taking quite a few shots, unfortunately. Now, it is not as bad as the original Castlevania, because here you can at least influence your jumps. And at times, you can find health on stages, but typically you'll have to blast away to get them from destroyed opponents. I personally feel that there are some areas where you have no choice but to take a hit. Even though I did watch Will once upon a time do a no damage run. How did he do that anyway? Is he just that much better at games than me? Well, the answer is yes, but moving on. The big feature of this game is that you have 6 stages to choose from when you start off. You can choose from either Cutman, Gutsman, Electman, Iceman, Fireman, and Bombman. Now you can go through them in any order that you wish, but the thing is, when you meet the boss at the end of a stage and defeat him, you can obtain his power. You can access these powers through the pause menu. Each boss character is weak to a specific power. Now, usually I like to start with Cutman because I can take him out with my buster shots, and I can get his rolling cutters. And then I do Electman stage because he's weak to the rolling cutters. With these special powers, the bosses can all be taken out quicker than with the regular buster shots. This adds a little wrinkle to the gameplay. You can also use the powers while you're running through the levels to make things a bit easier. A good example of this is Electman's Thunder Beam, which can take out enemies front, above, and down and have great range, or the Ice Slasher that can momentarily freeze objects. But be warned, unlike the buster shots, the boss powers can be drained, so you have to keep an eye out for refilling tanks. I did find it a bit weird that for Electman stage, it requires you to beat it twice, as they're a hidden power that you will need to get, because you have to get this power in order to get through the last stage. Now, speaking of which, when you defeat all 6 bosses, you can now take on Dr. Wily in his fortress. This section is divided up into 4 parts, and before you reach Dr. Wily, you must first battle all 8 robots again, which would become traditional for Mega Man games, fight an evil copy of Mega Man, this bubble robot boss thing, and of course, the Yellow Devil. This guy is pretty infamous with his difficulty, as his parts zip back and forth on the screen, and you will take damage if any of these parts touch you. This makes him pretty hard to avoid, and you can only damage him by hitting the eye. Fortunately, there's this pause glitch that can allow you to score multiple hits of damage on it when you use the Thunder Beam. Oh, give me a break. Finally, there is Dr. Wily himself. His vehicle has 2 different forms that you have to take out. The first by using the Firestorm, and the second with the rolling cutters. And with that, Dr. Wily is defeated, and we will never hear from him again. This game is considered a classic, and it is easy to see why, as this is the one that started the whole franchise. But admittedly, this game also feels quite archaic to me. This game is loads of hard, and just for the record, I did not use the rewind feature that this collection has, as I did the best I could to play this game legit to get the full original feel of it. Mega Man has plenty of good old-fashioned hazards to deal with, from knockbacks into bottomless pits, respawning enemies, graphical slowdown, and spikes that instantly kill you. Why doesn't Dr. Wily just make a Spike Man to take care of Mega Man once and for all? I'll never know. It's really the stages and their hazards that are the big challenge here instead of the bosses. And my biggest issue are the controls. Now, they're not bad per se. I mean, the jumping and the shooting is fine, but the game still feels a bit slippery. Mega Man has quite a bit of momentum, which makes him hard to control at times. This can make some sections a little more frustrating than they really needed to be. Like those damn disappearing and reappearing blocks. Oh, these guys are always fun. Also, not all the levels are created equal. Some stages like Fireman's I can actually get through pretty easily, while others like Gutsman can give me migraines. Fortunately, the creators of this game did give us unlimited continues, checkpoints, and invincibility frames after taking a hit, or else this game would be virtually unplayable. This is a pitfall that other retro games back in the NES days fell into. Oh, there's also this point system, but who's got time for that? I do enjoy the graphics and presentation quite a bit. I just find it cute how Mega Man beams in and out at the start of every level, and how the enemies all have this dangerous yet goofy designs. I especially like these ones. These guys don't give 2 shits, I tell you. I find the whole experience to be quite charming, with its bright and beautiful colors. I am a sucker for those old character models. There's just something so personable about Mega Man himself. As he clenches his fist in determination, his wide-open expression when he jumps, he's both heroic and adorable at the same time. And of course, another highlight of this game is its music as well. Now, the first Mega Man game was certainly not the best in the series, but it did lay the groundwork for what was to come afterwards. This is really the best thing I could say about this game, that it laid the groundwork. It is a good game, but there are definitely better offerings in this series. This game does not feature any staples that would be introduced later, and like I said, it does feel a little archaic in places. And oh boy, does it offer a strict retro challenge. But I still enjoyed it on the whole. The first Mega Man is not exactly a game I'll revisit a whole lot whenever I have any free time, but I wouldn't mind playing it every once in a while. Sometimes it's a good thing to remember your roots. Well, there you have my thoughts on the very first Mega Man. Now, even though this game was not a commercial success, the developers were still allowed to make a sequel that came out about a year later, and the rest is history. Mega Man would go on to become one of the marquee franchises in all of video games. Well, you've been watching another video from the Brotherhood of Gaming.com. I am Eugene Morris. Make sure to leave a like and comment down below. We'll see you on the next video. And I wonder what that will be.
Hey there everyone, did you like this video? If you did, why not give us a thumbs up and maybe leave a comment and watch some more of our stuff. Also, if you really want to keep up with the Brotherhood of Gaming, such as myself, William Morris, or Eugene, you should really follow us on our Twitters, links provided below, so you can see what's coming up in the future. And since, we have to play these games sometimes and record them, why not join us on our Twitch page where you can hang out with all of us as we do so and chit-chat about the games that we love so much. Lastly, if you want to help keep our dreams alive, you can support us in any number of ways, either by continuing to view our videos, like them, share them with all your friends and family and your peeps and your girlfriends, or you can also join our small Patreon and throw all your spare cash away. We'll even give you a shout out. Once again, thank you all and have a wonderful day.